Hi, Norbert here, energy engineer, and in this video number 29b, going into the details of how to use the laboratory power supply and giving 10 examples. I just started to make videos in couples, introduce them on Wednesday and giving the details on Saturday. Today is Saturday, so let's go on. Why should you watch this video and even until the end? First, because it is short. Second, because at the end you'll know how to use this power supply and also have some examples. The last two examples even fun examples. Third, you will save money on dedicated battery chargers. Maybe today you have as many chargers as batteries. But beyond charging there are many examples where you can use controlled power supply. For example, testing things or controlling speed or flow. So if that convinces you and you want to spend wisely on chargers, then please hit the subscribe button with notification. So let's start with the details. First I show how I use this device and then I show you the 10 examples. In the meantime I will do also the review of this device. First thing to say is that it's very light and it is also able to give 10 amperes, 30 volt, and that means it's able to charge also two batteries in series. And it gives also the power, and the power is in this moment 150 volt. Now let's start with how to use the laboratory power supply for charging batteries. First look on the internet how to charge a certain type of chemistry. For example, lead, lithium iron phosphate, lithium metal hydride or other, small or big. So let's say we have here a lead battery and you apply the final voltage, which is here 14.5, 14.9. It seems to me very high. We put it on 14.4. This is the fine and this is the coarse. So this is for big changes and this for small changes. So we put it on 14.4. Then you program also the current. And how do you do that? You put it on 0. Fine and coarse. You make a short circuit because everything is safe, so you can do it. You program now the current. Let's say that we put it at 10% of this number, so 720 milliampere. So there we go. And now it's giving this current, and there we go. And now we connect it. Let's see what kind of current. Yeah, it is giving this current. So that would mean that in 10 hours we would give this amount of capacity, this amount of ampere hours. The manufacturer says that this voltage and the values there are very precise, and indeed I have 2 meters, one more expensive than the other, this Fluke one especially, and they agree very well on the value. And it has also to be precise, because each battery delicate to be charged at some value, because it's chemistry and there you have very precise and defined numbers. And now you go on with that charging until the current is, for example, 1 or 2% of the programmed value. An old battery has a big resistance and the charging current is too low. You give it a high voltage but limit the current just to 5% of the capacity until the voltage and the resistance go down. In that case the battery is recovering. You want to test the device, for example this fan, and you know that it needs 12 volts, but you are afraid that it is broken and that will cause a fire. So then you just apply 12 volts, put the current down, and then slowly you increase the current. There it goes, it's not broken. Number 4. You want to measure an unknown resistance. I see that this resistance can have only a quarter of a watt. Looking to the power that it doesn't go beyond that value, I divide the voltage by the current and you see on the calculator it's 120 ohm, which is also the same as the color code. Test the low voltage part of a high voltage LED lamp, separating the LED circuit from the internal power supply. Try a vacuum cleaner. This type of motor goes also on DC, lower voltage. It runs quite fast on 30 volts DC. Regulate the pump or fan so that it has the right flow and makes less noise. As soon as you find voltage and current for the optimal speed, you can buy or make a cheap suitable power unit. Try a piece of heat wire or heater element with different voltages. Maybe you know that the resistance of a cold wire is much lower than that of a glowing wire. You can put that function in a graph. This is to clean steel. You take just a wire from it, like here, and you put it between the two poles. You put the right voltage and current, and then you see glowing. And here it is at 24 volt and 70 volt. Electrochemistry with the same steel wire in a glass of water with a teaspoon of salt. It bubbles at the negative pole, while the positive pole dissolves, interrupting the current. The water changes color. The same with the aluminium foil. The water gets also hot with a few hundreds of watts.
So what can I do after seeing this video?
I would see first if there are batteries in your home that have not satisfying charger. Those can be big batteries like car batteries, but they can also be the normal household batteries, so the AA and the AAA. But you can also think about batteries of your photo camera. Please be careful with those batteries. Too much charging can set your battery on fire, so look to reliable sources for information how to charge a battery. Anyway, instead of buying a dedicated charger, which can be very expensive, you have this option now. So finally, go through the list of examples and look if they can be useful for you. I hope this is enough for your curiosity. Please like and share the video and hit the subscribe button with the notification so that you will always know when I have a new video. I really would give my contribution to the energy transition bottom up. We wish you a good energy.